Welcome back to Sowing Seeds of Love. This is Karina, aka Mrs. Q. I have some amazing tomato news to tell you, and this is mainly for my San Antonio gardeners. If you live in Texas, this will probably also apply to you. But I found something out when I took a class recently at Rainbow Gardens, and I'm really excited about what I learned. So watch this video and follow along. Ago, I planted seeds for tomato plants. We are sitting at the very beginning of March right now, and I did not realize, but for San Antonio weather, I guess zone 9A, 9B, it's too late to start with seed, because what happens is you want to try to produce tomatoes before you even hit summer, because once you hit summer, guys, we all know that all of our tomato blooms fall off and you don't grow any tomatoes. So I'm an experiment. I'm still going to try to grow these, but it is too late to start with seed, and I did not know that. So last couple weeks ago, when I made a video on all the things I was going to plant, one of them was tomato seeds, and I did not realize that it was too late. So what happened was, I went to this veggie garden seminar at Rainbow Gardens this past week, and I discovered something. So we got really windy a moment ago, and you couldn't even understand what I was saying, so I'm going to just do this little part over again, okay? But I want to read this to you. This is the article that I'm going to link down below. Here's what it says. Each year, a tomato variety is selected by the Texas AgriLife Extension Service for the San Antonio Rodeo to hold the title as the Rodeo tomato. The money that they get from selling these tomatoes actually goes toward their program. They want to fund scholarships towards their Junior Master Gardener program. Okay, so what they do is they take the time to do all of this research to make sure that these tomatoes would grow great in Texas. And so that is why I'm so excited to let you know, guys, that Rainbow Gardens, the plant nursery, by the way, in case you didn't know what Rainbow Gardens is here in San Antonio, most of us know what it is. But if you don't, it is definitely a plant nursery. They have two locations. The one that I go to is on Bandera Road, and I know that there's one on, I believe, the Thousand Oaks area. But anyways, I'm excited because they actually sell the tomatoes there. And then when you look online, whenever you find out what their tomato, rodeo tomato of the year is, you can look online and order seeds. This year, the tomato is called the Rambler, and I know that Rainbow Gardens is going to be selling them soon. But what I was really excited about is that they do the research for you, and they choose every year a tomato plant that produces. Most of them are determinants, which, by the way, if you don't know what that is, a determinate plant, that's a tomato plant, it doesn't grow to be very tall, but it sets all of its fruit off at one time. Whereas an indeterminate, like those cherry tomatoes and other tomato varieties, they grow really tall, like, oh gosh, like almost 8 feet tall, but they put fruit out all throughout the entire season, all the way to fall. But you do have to prune those really well. I wanted to try determinants this year, and this one actually, and this article that I'm going to link, they give you a list of all the tomato plants. Now mind you, when they do this research, they do the research to find out the size of it, the color, the taste, how much it produces, and these plants do really well here in Texas, especially San Antonio. So I have a list here, and this article, like I said, I'll link it, in my in the comments. And so I ended up finding at Rainbow Gardens at the time a tomato, $22.55, and if I'm not mistaken, this one was the 2022 rodeo tomato of the year. Okay, and then I ended up also getting something called the Red Deuce, and this was a 2016 tomato. So they've been doing this for 24 years, guys, and I can't believe I'm just now discovering this. So anyways, it gives you the whole list all the way from 2000, and it goes on all the way to 2023. And now the 2024 rodeo tomato of the year is called the Rambler. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna try to go back and probably next week or this coming weekend and try to see if Rainbow Gardens has any. But this is the size that your tomato plant should be, because this is the time that you get them in the ground and they will set fruit before winter, or not before winter, excuse me, before summer. So, but am I gonna get rid of these? No, I'm still gonna try to put these in the ground and see what they do. I might pot some of them up, give them to friends. And maybe some people actually keep their tomatoes where there's not as much, there's a little bit of shade, not as much sun, and they probably will do good there. I know that my tomato plants last year, I was frustrated. I did start them from seed and I was frustrated because they really weren't producing. Well, it got too hot and all of my blooms were falling off. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I will be getting these, and I'll make another video, but I will be getting these in the ground tomorrow. I just wanted to share with you how excited I was about the Rodeo tomato of the year. Thanks guys. I'll chat with y'all later. A big thank you to Rainbow Gardens for always providing awesome training for us. And also a big thank you to Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Center.